We are here at the British Ambassador's residence in Yangon. This is the opening event of Great Britain Week, and it's a big celebration of everything that's great about Britain.
Well, we thought it would be a very good idea to have a week where we celebrate the new things in the relationship between Britain and Burma, because a lot has changed over the past 2 years. So this week is about Britain's trade relationship with Burma, it's about culture, it's about music, it's about the overall relationship and the wonderful things that we can do together.
That's it! 1, 2, 3, go!
We wanted to make sure that Great Week reached communities all across this country, and that's why we ran Burma's first ever Great Britain Roadshow with our very own Union Jack covered Land Rover. We travelled from the south of the country, Rangoon, up via the new capital of Naypyidaw, then on to Bagan and into the dry zone to visit some DFID funded projects near Pakoku, and then on to Mandalay, Pianuluin, and finally up into the famous Shan Hills to Lashio, many hundreds of miles to the north. We're delighted this morning to be here at Kaumbaru Monastery, a place which is close to the hearts of many of us at the British Embassy. Both the Ambassador and myself have the great opportunity to teach here and volunteer here during our time learning Burmese in Mandalay, and it's a very, very special place.
What's so wonderful about this place is that you get a real slice of life in Burma. You get to see everybody, you get to see children from the villages, you get to see the teachers, and you get a real rounded experience of what Burma is like.
We got some t-shirts, a lot of t-shirts, great t-shirts. So we've just arrived in Pianuluin, formerly Maymyo, which is a nice change of climate from Mandalay, and we're here at the Pianuluin Millennium Centre English House. The UK Embassy and British Council have been involved with establishing a network of 19 Millennium Centres covering every state and division within Burma. Within those centres there are libraries, and the UK Embassy and British Council have donated books to those libraries. We also invite members of these Millennium Centres every year for training courses.
10 years old, and do you like reading English?
We're in Lashio tonight, and we just had a meeting with the two main Shan political parties, the SNLD and SNDP, and representatives of some Shan civil society organisations. And we've had a good opportunity to hear about their perspectives on the peace process, on constitutional change, and on 2015 elections, and on some of the challenges facing people in Shan State. We've reiterated the UK's commitment to support the peace process and to play whatever role we can usefully play in that process with the agreement of all sides.
Obviously we want to build the links between the people of Burma and the people of the UK, but we also want to try and support the process of democratisation in this country and help the transition, and a good deal of our work is about that. This week has been more about celebrating the softer sides of the relationship, the trade, the culture, and so on.
Here we are on day 4 of the Great Britain Roadshow. We're in Chao May. We left Lashio at 6 AM this morning, and we're driving all the way back down to Mandalay today.
We're here today at the beautiful British Ambassador's residence in Yangon, where we're going to have a fantastic classical music concert.
As part of Great Week, Shakespeare schools have been running 4 weeks of workshops with 300 students aged between 6 and 20. The result is tonight's performance of Macbeth, performed both in Myanmar and in the original text at the National Theatre, Yangon.
Children who've never ever
thought about doing drama or ever experienced drama before, and seeing those kids on stage, and from this afternoon going through a bit of stage fright to then by the end of today owning the stage and knowing their lines and being in control and having an amazing time. So that felt amazing to me.
So we're here today in People's Park in the shadow of the Shwedagon Pagoda, just hours away from the climax of Great Britain Week here in Burma. As you can see, we're on this huge stage where tonight we'll be seeing some of Burma's greatest artists performing in front of a massive crowd. Right now, of course, there's a five-a-side pitch there, and we saw this morning a very exciting five-a-side football competition. Unfortunately, the British Embassy team didn't quite make it through to the final, but two very deserving teams did.
Well, I wanted to thank all of the artists who performed this evening. I wanted to thank everyone who's been involved during this week, and especially I want to thank all the people who gave up their time as we were travelling around the country to meet us and to tell us about their problems and the opportunities that exist for them. And that was wonderful for me.
We're here to celebrate the Great British Festival, which is an evening of Burmese musicians performing British songs, and this is all part of Great Britain Week.
Alo Mingalaba!